Good morning. A couple things to talk about this morning. So, seeing as how I live alone with no other adults, Facebook is my outlet. So it's you! It's you that I want to talk to. First thing up on the discussion docket is my appearance. I will not apologize for it. I will just explain it. So there are occasions when my mascara looks so good that I don't want to take it off before I go to bed because I think maybe I could get a second day out of it. That's the truth. And so instead of going through the labor-intensive work of putting new mascara on the following day, I sleep in it and hope that it looks fine. And 7 out of 10 times it looks fine, and I get 2 days out of that beautiful mascara job. Well, today's not one of those days, clearly. Your girl slept real hard. Thank you, Storm. And that is why I look the way I look, because it's yesterday's mascara all over my sweet, sleepy face. Okay, item number 2 is an epiphany that I had in the Starbucks drive-thru. No, Starbucks did not teach me a lesson, but it left me in its drive-thru unattended with my thoughts, and so I had a little epiphany that I thought I'd share with you. So I was scrolling through text and GroupMe and catching up on some messages, and I saw a message exchange between 2 people that I know in a group text, and one was just kind of being Captain Obvious. Like, you know, when somebody asks a question that's so obvious that your only logical response is laden with sarcasm. Duh, right? Duh. Yes, that's what I meant. Only maybe if you're a mean person like me. But this person was being Captain Obvious, and this other person was very patient and took extra time to explain the obvious. So I took a screenshot of that and sent it to the very patient person and just said, seriously, because I'm mean. That's me, I'm mean. So maybe that was mean to send a screenshot and poke a little fun, but I also then proceeded to say, it reminds me of this class that we lead at church called How We Serve. And it's really a great class that gets everybody who wants to volunteer at the church kind of on the same page, understanding like, here's how we serve other people here. Here's the motivation behind what we do. Here's our philosophy. So it trains them up on like, this is how you show up when you wear a volunteer shirt from this church. Anyway, and there's a segment in this training program that talks about really the question behind the question, like listening for cues on what people really need help with. And we have this discussion around this content about, you know, when they show up and they ask you, what time is the 9 a.m. service? It would be super easy to just kind of roll your eyes and go, what is wrong with people? Like 9 a.m. service, the answer is built into your question, right? But the idea behind that segment of the training is that sometimes the question that people actually verbalize is not reflective of their need. It is in some way, shape, or form a bit twisted or a bit off. And so what we need to do to be exceptional servant leaders is really listen for the question behind the question. So I love that segment of this class. Anyway, so this morning when I saw this text exchange between these 2 people and Captain Obvious wasn't getting it, it really was a total like perfect example of that segment of the training where, you know, this person who was being super patient and explaining was really listening for the question behind the question. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that because I think it's so applicable, not just when we're serving at church, but, you know, when we're listening to our kids and they ask us something and you're like, what are you asking me? Or, duh, you just said it, you know? And sometimes my little one will frame up a question, or she'll reframe something that I said, almost like paraphrasing it back to me to confirm understanding, but something will be a little bit different. And it's so easy when you're 100 years old talking to a 6-year-old to be like impatient and, you know, almost condescending, but you know, she's just new on the planet. She doesn't know. And I'm thinking about our jobs and how we're interacting with people. I'm thinking about my team right now at work and how many people they're going to interact with today alone and explain things that they've probably explained, I don't know, 10 times before, 15 times before. And it's so critically important that they value the person that they're speaking with and that they take time to explain it with patience and with grace, because sometimes the questions that we ask sound so obvious, but there's actually a deeper concern, or there's an unexpressed question that we just didn't quite verbalize the right way. So I don't know. I just thought I'd share that with you. My little Starbucks drive-through epiphany. I hope you have a great day. I think my coffee's cool enough for me to actually taste now. And don't worry, I am going to wash this off and I'm going to go for a new day one with mascara. I promise I'm not going out in the world like this. All right, bye.